I'm trying to leave. Try again, it might have been a fluke. Yeah, alright, Endcairns, alright. Plankton, what are you doing? Right, okay. We've got this. You gotta hit these things with a big energy. Oh, hang on, sorry, off me stick. Settle down, everyone, settle down. Plankton has a joke that he'd like to share with us and have explained. Far away in the tropical waters of the Caribbean, 2 prawns were swimming around in the sea. One, called Justin, and the other called Christian. The prawns were constantly being harassed and threatened by sharks that inhabited the area. Finally, one day, Justin said to Christian, "I'm fed up with being a prawn. I wish I was a shark. Then I wouldn't have any worries about being eaten." A large, mysterious cod appeared and said, "Your wish is granted." And lo and behold, Justin turned into a shark. Horrified, Christian immediately swam away, afraid of being eaten by his old mate. Time passed, as it invariably does, and Justin found life as a shark boring and lonely. All his old mates simply swam away whenever he came close to them. Justin didn't realize that his new menacing appearance was the cause of his sad plight. While swimming alone one day, he saw the mysterious cod again, and he thought perhaps the mysterious fish could change him back into a prawn. He approached the cod and begged to be changed back, and lo and behold, he found himself turned back into a prawn. With tears of joy in his little eyes, Julian swam back to his friends and bought them all a cocktail. Looking around the gathering at the reef, he realized he couldn't see his old pal. "Where's Christian?" he asked. "He's at home, still distraught that his best friend changed sides to the enemy and became a shark," came the reply. Eager to put things right and end the mutual pain and torture, he set off to Christian's abode. As he opened the coral gate, memories came flooding back. He banged on the door and shouted, "It's me, Justin, your old friend. Come out and see me again." Christian replied, "No way, man. You'll eat me. You're now a shark, the enemy, and I'll not be tricked into being your dinner." Justin cried back, "No, I'm not. That was the old me. I've changed. I found cod. I'm a prawn again, Christian."
Worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Would you like some gorgonzola, my darling?
I'm going to need some. Slip it into my mouth hole.
Oh, very careful. What's the knife? No.
I need some gorgonzola.
Clapping for him? Don't clap for him.
Yeah, interestingly. Very interestingly, there's no... That's a very good cheese, you know. Look at that vanilla notes going on there. Oh, dear. Oh. Thank you, Plankton, thank you. Yeah, it gave all of the text. So that's something to keep in mind. If you need to, we might set that up. Right. So where to begin with this? Well, I think the first thing we should do, probably, is erase the Swiss Army knife that I so beautifully created earlier, including that little thing for cleaning out the frog of a horse's hoof. And just tidying up the bear's ear. There's a bear that lives behind my monitor, and occasionally we cause problems with its ear. Okay, so, right, where to start with this? Well, let's throw out all of the sea stuff. Let's get rid of that for the moment. You know what a prawn is? You know, it's one of those, isn't it? That's a prawn. Yeah, you can easily recognise that as a prawn. hang on. It's got a little fluted. Now it's a prawn. Now it's a prawn. Yeah, I've got this idea about drawing that you gotta boil stuff down to unique, recognisable characteristics. And a shark, much bigger a shark. So this isn't to scale. Actually, that's not all sharks. Not all sharks, Roger. Not all sharks. But he's a happy shark. Lovely. So prawn. Shark, okay? And I just want you to lock those away, because they don't really have much of a bearing on this. Not too much. Really. So, yes, right, yes, right, yes. So, we live in a country which is largely, certainly historically, a Christian country. And what can happen if you're sort of raised a Christian, sometimes as you grow up, I don't know why I've drawn a little man there. As you grow up, you sort of drift away from the church. Perhaps, you think, well, this God stuff, why do I want to listen to what a Bronze Age craftsman had to say about the occupation of Israel by the Roman Empire? How does that affect me? Doesn't affect me at all, not one jot. And I can't really believe in the big beardy guy upstairs, unless you mean Ted the sailor. If you don't mind, I'm probably not going to be a Christian anymore. So they leave Christianity. Yeah. And then later on, for whatever reason, and we're not here to judge. We're not going to say you're right or wrong. Something happens, comes back. Now at that point, you see, now this is sort of how it's conventionally thought of, but this isn't quite right. But they consider that they've returned to Christianity. They are born again. There's this notion of rebirth in Christianity, that when you give yourself over to Christ, that it is a rebirth. So you're sort of you are born again in Christ, and that's what a born again Christian is. Now what this joke does, you see, takes a very long path, a very long, beautifully told path, if I may say, Roger. It takes a very long path to the line, I found cod, you see, which sounds a little bit like I found God. I'm a prawn again Christian. Now, if you remember at the back of the story, the main character here is called Christian. He was a prawn, turned into a shark, and then he was turned back into a prawn again. Yes? So he's a prawn again Christian, and that sounds like born again Christian. Yes. So, as we've said, sometimes a punchline, just in order to be funny, punchline. Excuse me, that Gorgonzola's repeating. Oh, pardon me. Yes, where was it? Oh, so, yeah, if something sounds like something else, sometimes that's enough. Enough to just kick it over the goal line into the funny box. Yes. Roger Plankton, have I explained that joke to your satisfaction? I think it was Justin talking to Christian. I didn't raise Christian. That's one of my kids. Hey. It was Justin that was the shark. Christian was his mate. Oh, I see. Sorry. I'm prawn again. I'm a prawn again, Christian. Yeah, quite right. So the Justin turned into. I wasn't listening, you see, when I told it. But otherwise, yeah, excellent work.
Don't clap for him.
In which case, speaking of being born again, let's go back to dying again. That's a link. That's what we call a link in the trade. Let's go back to dying again in The Ascent.